For those of us who absolutely love our homes, but maybe they aren't quite big enough, or they need something just a little new, some updating, or whatever it happens to be, remodeling is absolutely a perfect solution, especially here in Southern California. So let's talk to the expert on that. Greg Cantor joins us from Lampert Construction once again this morning. And are you finding that more folks are deciding to just stay put and remodel their homes than to try to move into some other home that maybe more closely suits their needs?
I'm seeing a lot of that, people wanting to add space. I've seen some areas picking up that were slow for the last few years, like Mira Mesa and Del Cerro, and I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to do room additions.
Now, it's funny you would mention Del Cerro because my dad lives up in Del Cerro, and so driving back and forth to his house, I have noticed that there's a lot of homes that are kind of outdated up there, or I should say they're dated to the period for which they were built, and folks want a new look.
If it's circa 70s.
Yep, exactly. And sometimes they're changing the facades, sometimes they're gutting them completely, and rather than moving, because they love the neighborhood and they love the basic home that they live in, but it's just not quite right.
Right.
So let's talk about remodeling. Maybe the way to do this is to take a compartmentalize a little bit, maybe talk about a room addition, because a lot of people say, okay, well, we're going to have another child, we're going to need one more bedroom. Is that a fairly easy proposition for you guys to get involved with?
It's very easy. The permitting part of it's very fast. The construction could be as short as 3 months for the whole project. You add maybe a month for a bathroom, and sometimes we do other remodeling during the process, so that might, extend it a little bit, but it's pretty painless. We designed the room additions to tie into the existing house. They look like they were originally built when we're done.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing with some of your projects, is that when you look at the finished product here, and we're going to look at some pictures right here, as a matter of fact. There's the before, and I'm going to bet, without even having seen this ahead of time, that your addition, when we see that, is going to look like it's always been there. There it is. I mean, how would you know that that hadn't been there from day one?
That's right, and that's a guest room with a bathroom. For a younger family, the parents come and stay from time to time with the kids, so they needed extra space.
I know you give advice to folks too, if they don't know exactly what they want, and I'm going to kind of focus on the bathroom question there for a second. It adds a little cost, and it adds a little time to the construction, but isn't that a pretty smart addition if you're looking down the road at something that's going to affect your lifestyle, and it's also going to affect the value of the home?
Oh, absolutely, and especially with growing kids, they want their independence.
Sure.
So usually homes have a shortage of bathrooms. That's always a good addition to a home.
And kitchens, we're taking a look at this. I mean, that was a before and an after of a kitchen remodel there. Again, a great place to put money in. Let's take a look at this. I see that brick wall there, and
that was the fireplace that we tore out.
Holy
and
smokes.
Made a great room.
Holy smokes, that's amazing. Well, here's a before and an after of a kitchen as well. So really, anything that people can imagine, you guys can do, and you can keep it on budget, keep it within the specs that you and the homeowner have agreed on. That's kind of key, isn't it? I mean, isn't that the biggest complaint that you hear is from folks who maybe have gone elsewhere and
take too much time and cost more than they expected? And what's nice is we can do an architectural design up front. We show our clients what the project's going to look like. We have all the numbers, everything's picked out up front, and so that minimizes any changes in the field.
Now, I also want to talk here as we're putting up the graphic here about requesting a quote. So have Greg come out, give you a quote, and even if you don't know exactly what you want, kind of work through that a little bit and get a quote worked out on the addition that you're talking about or the remodel that you're talking about. But I want to just speak just briefly before we say goodbye here about the cost. You tend to do an all-inclusive package so that there's no surprises, and I really want to emphasize that with people. You don't want them piecemealing this thing together and then finding out that it's far more expensive than they ever thought it was going to be.
That's right, and we do that work up front. We'll have a meeting, no obligation meeting, to discuss numbers and find out how much our clients want to invest in their remodel, and everything is handled up front, and we have a smooth project moving through it.
And you get it in writing, plus you get the personalized service. You can't beat it. So give Greg Cantor a call, Lampert Construction. You know the name, and I just hope that when you need the service, that's the name you'll think of. So, Greg, it's always great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. For more information, you go to san diego6.com and you click on San Diego Living.